March meeting of the Port Edwards Board of Education to order. Roll call, please.
John Dobbin.
Here.
Crystal Sievert.
Here.
Carrie Hildebrand, I am here, and Leo Thomascar.
Here. Consider approval of the agenda.
So move.
Second.
Motion and a second. Any discussion? All in favor? Aye.
Aye.
Agenda is approved. Report from student representatives. You guys are up.
Yeah, that's right. Okay, do I need my banner?
Yeah.
We weren't able to bring the hardware home, but we'll get it in April. Which way do I have to go? I'll show you and then I'll show the camera.
This all started, we went to the state conference for student council last May. And we've gone many a times in the past.
Whole audience.
And we decided that we should apply for the Spirit of Excellence
Thank you.
last year. So we put all of our stuff together for it was the 2025 year. And we started last year. Yeah.
Awesome.
Very nice.
So the document is what you guys have. Unfortunately, we can't pull it up because it's not sending.
This is your application.
That was the application. And so
So there's 5 pillars in each section. And then for every 5 pillars, you needed to have 5 examples of what you do in your school to represent those pillars. So we have basically 25 examples of why Port Edwards stands out compared to other schools in our region, and we're Region 2.
How many other?
Six.
A lot. Well, there's 6
regions.
regions.
Yeah.
And we don't know how many applied.
Oh.
Yeah.
So there's,
But there could be 1 and it was us, but there could be 200. We don't know. They don't tell you, but they put everybody in our region basically in a pot, and they have all these stakeholders that went and looked at our portfolio, and then they all got to cast a vote, and ours stood out the most to them.
and we sent a video in too.
Yeah.
And it has a part of Vinny shooting the winning,
Aw.
like that's in there, the marching in Hawaii
I'll
is in
show
there
you
too.
later. Yes. Awesome.
Yeah,
Okay.
and so we won Region 2. And then,
So out of the 6 regions, those 6 winners are put back into the pot, and then they all are put up against each other again to get voted on for a state winner. And we ended up winning state.
Oh.
That is absolutely wonderful.
Congratulations.
we're the only
Yes.
winner in the entire state.
All divisions going against
Yeah.
the Brookwoods and the Brookfields.
Yeah,
Madisons,
Madison, West Bend.
Milwaukees, and
Yeah.
Yes.
So they don't differentiate, they differentiate by geography rather than by
No,
size?
you put your school size in, like in the application and how many
Okay.
students it is.
Is that when you say a region?
The region is just the area of the
Well,
state.
that's geographic.
Yeah, that's
Okay.
it, yep, that's geographic.
wow,
Wow.
that's phenomenal. I mean, we are small, but we are mighty.
Mhm.
And
That is a
ladies did a
credit
great
to you
job.
guys and your colleagues. It is a credit to you and all the other staff members.
Mhm.
Yes.
Absolutely marvelous work.
Yeah,
Good
it
job.
wasn't just the student council put it together, but
Yes.
HOSE is in there, all of the,
It's a group effort.
it is, every
Yes.
single area of Port Edwards is in that little.
There's, if I remember right, I got to share some of this on the radio this morning. There are 25 different things you put in there.
Yes.
Is that right?
Yeah.
So what were some of those activities? Just a handful.
For the leadership pillar, we put in about how we went to the fall leadership conference, the state conference for student council. One of the things that they started in NHS was the Black Hawk Buddies. Another pillar was academics. So we talked about math league.
Yeah, cause last year we got second place
Mhm.
out of the 19 schools, I think that competed in our division.
drama club?
Drama, yep, drama's in there, the
Yep.
band.
Well, that can go in the office next door to the 2017 Silver Award that I think is still hanging up.
There is a very big trophy that goes
Yes.
along, but it's getting engraved and we will get that at the state conference.
Yes.
That is
It is-
awesome.
Does that stay here or is that travel?
It's a traveling, so we will
Travel.
have it for the year.
Everybody gets to fondle it while it's here.
Yeah.
Yes.
She hugged it for about like
I
an
didn't
hour
want it to, I didn't
yesterday.
hug it. It was,
I
it
maybe
was
I
heavy.
should put the picture on there.
No, I didn't want it to fall off my lap.
This is
Oh,
like
yeah,
the
good.
Lombardi Trophy that gets passed around during the Super Bowl parade. And somebody drops or
Yeah.
something, okay.
I didn't want to be that person.
No,
That's
no.
fine.
No, that wouldn't
So
be good.
Yeah.
And then everything.
Yes.
That is absolutely marvelous. Thank you so much.
But like so many successful people, I'm just gonna chime in for these successful ladies. They're also humble. Mr. Stelpole's been giving me some updates and giving our admin team some updates this fall and this winter, and the updates he's been sharing is hours and hours and hours of work that these ladies have put into this. So I want to say thank you on behalf of the district. Yeah, you're making our school district shine statewide. So thank you for everything.
Yeah, we did go to the Bucks game last night and walk around with the banner and take some pictures on the floor.
Yeah.
Get the trophy, carry it around.
Oh, they sent you to the Bucks game?
Yeah. Well, they didn't send us, we paid to go to the,
Okay.
Yeah.
sorry, but we did.
I don't know if that was like a gift.
Yeah.
That they did.
It wasn't, it was
Oh.
not a gift, but it was,
That's
I
awesome.
mean, we did sit courtside for like about an hour.
Yeah.
Really?
Yeah, we
That's
were
pretty cool.
really close.
And one part that I just wanna throw in there too, so one, after the 5 pillars was the Diamond Project.
Yes.
Oh, yes.
Do you wanna explain that to them? That's-
So the Diamond Project, which was brand new this year to this portfolio, was something that they wanted. It was the most impactful project that your school has done.
Very bad.
It's probably the last.
And it's, it's the very last page, or
Last street.
second to last page is when it begins. And I think the 5 of us, when we were talking about it, we were all in agreement within 5 seconds that we knew what we needed to write about, and it was Dwayne. Because it's someone who's obviously close to home to us and meant a lot to us, and it was the most impactful thing that we've done, I think, as a school and as a community, that we needed to shine a light on and show other people elsewhere that we are small, but we are mighty.
Yeah, that made news. I don't even remember what news channel I
It
shared.
was
it.
Milwaukee, yeah.
Fox 6 in Milwaukee.
Madison,
Yeah,
when I saw Dwayne at the pancake breakfast Sunday morning, I asked him if he'd hired his media agent yet. Whether he needed somebody to schedule his various media appearances on all the various networks, and he kind of looked at me and kind of goes, "Ah, you're joking." I'm like, well, probably, but based on what I've been looking at online, you could probably use one. Oh, so, it's just,
This is really neat.
fantastic.
a time like this, you run out of superlatives. You run out of things nice to say about all the people who are involved in this. All the kids who are involved, all the effort that all of our staff put in. This is obviously reflective not just of the people who wrote and put this together and submitted it, but the raw material you had was pretty good. Not to demean your efforts in any manner at
Yeah.
all, but the reason that this happened was because all of those things came together. Good job, everybody.
And we had a meeting quick after school today, and Callie wanted to wait and Tammy to talk about to the staff. So we talked about it today at the staff. They went through it and shared that they were the winners. And again, these people are doing it not for a monetary figure. They just do it because that's the kind of people that we have in the building. And so I could not be more proud of the 3 young ladies sitting over there. These ladies absolutely knocked it out of the park. Callie and Tammy didn't share, but they had to have a due date when they turned it in, and we looked it over and proofread it, and I told them, I said, we're gonna win this thing. This is awesome. And I think they thought that too.
We did.
And then the due date came.
But when we were supposed to find out on Friday, it was like, what? We didn't find out. Like, it was,
And the emotions just kind of like this, like winning, we're gonna win this to, we didn't even get an email. And then all of a sudden, would you get it on that Tuesday night?
Tuesday.
It was a Tuesday night at 7:20 at night. I'm like, I'm just gonna check my email, and I saw it, and I'm like, oh my god.
So absolutely amazing. And
Absolutely.
just.
Another round of applause for everybody. Thank you all.
Great job.
Okay.
I am assuming that this covers the student recognition for this meeting, and then we don't have the usual report.
Yes, that was,
We'll take this anytime as opposed to how the basketball team went, with no demeaning the basketball team. This is fantastic. All right, moving on to the president's report. 4 of the 5 members are in attendance. Kathy is excused tonight. Next is the reading of the DPI proclamation of National School Breakfast Program. Whereas the School Nutrition Association has designated March 2nd through 6th, 2026 as National School Breakfast Week, and whereas the United States Department of Agriculture School Breakfast Program plays an essential role in supporting children's health, academic growth statewide by providing access to nutritious balanced breakfast in Wisconsin schools and fostering a strong foundation for learning and well-being, and whereas the School Nutrition Association reports that the school breakfast program provides 12 million nutritious breakfasts daily to children across the country. And whereas according to the School Nutrition Association, students who participate in the school breakfast program tend to have better attendance rates and fewer behavioral problems. And whereas in Wisconsin, during the 24-25 school year, 2,071 schools participated in the school breakfast program, serving more than 35.3 million breakfasts to children across the state. Therefore, I, Jill K. Underley, State Superintendent, do hereby proclaim in the state of Wisconsin National School Breakfast Week, the quest for school breakfast, March 2nd through 6th. And kudos to our always dependable, faithful, and hardworking food service staff who are represented here as they many times are.
2 members are in attendance, Pam and Jenny. Thank you, as always.
Next board meeting, second Tuesday will be the 8th of April, the day after the election. Is that,
Do you want to entertain moving it for any reason due to its proximity to the election? No.
anyone have thoughts regarding that one way or the other? Not, then let's leave it on April 8th.
Okay.
Administrative reports, elementary report, Mr. Bena.
Good evening. Our elementary school character trait for March is cooperation. Cooperation, we discuss it each day during our morning announcements and our classroom morning meetings. We will be working on cooperation for the remainder of March. Elementary students who exemplify this will be nominated by teachers and recognized school-wide at the end of the month when we come back from spring break. On Friday evening, February 27th, our People organization held its 2nd annual Neon Dance, and the theme this year was Wild Animals. We talked about that a little bit at our last board meeting. It was as wild as we anticipated, for sure. I think all the adults were pretty worn out and ready to go home after the dance was over. A good time was had by students, families, and staff. And once again, a big thank you to People for organizing, arranging, sponsoring this fun event. We have Stephanie Bennett here from People. Thank you to People, and as well to Mrs. Winters, Mrs. Vitello, and Mrs. Wilhorn for their assistance that night.
Bless them. I'm not sure who dreamed up the wild animals theme for an elementary school event at the end of February, but God
A lot
bless
of
you.
energy. I'm
It
sure.
goes with our year-long theme of Wild About School.
Oh,
So that's,
okay.
it connects to that.
The DJ was amazing.
He's very good, family friendly DJ.
I wanted to dance and my daughter wouldn't let me.
Yeah, he really has a lot of energy. He brings his middle school daughter with and really connects with the kids. He does a great job. So
Amazing.
I still have to ask a few people to speak up once in a while, though I'm still recovering from that, from my hearing.
Uh-huh.
But it was a fun night. The week following that, last week was Read Across America Week, a very fun week in which Dr. Sousa celebrated and our love of reading at the elementary school. That was a big success once again. Each day last week was a unique dress-up day, and the week culminated with our upper grades, our grades 3 and 4, meeting in our Blackhawk family groups and reading their favorite books to grades 4K, kindergarten 1 and 2. So our older students read with our younger students. Our younger students look up to our older students, and they really got to see how much fun it is to read. So that was a really neat school-wide activity for Read Across America Week. Yesterday, Mrs. Wilhorn, one of our second grade teachers, kicked off March Book Madness. March Book Madness is a fun way to get our kids connected to the love of reading. Of course, out in society, our students are hearing about March Madness, they're hearing about bracket challenges, all those types of things. If you look behind some of you, on the back wall back there is our March Book Challenge bracket. Every day, Mrs. Wilhorn sends out 2 books, emails them to each classroom. Students vote on them. And Mrs. Wilhorn announces the winner at the end of the day. And just like in the high school and college basketball tournaments, books advance. And at the end of the month, we're going to have 2 books squaring off against each other. Students are going to vote. And then myself or someone else will read the winning book of the school to the entire student body. So it's just, again, another way to teach our kids about when they hear the terms March Madness and bracket and what does all that mean, tying that in culturally to the love of reading. So it's a lot of fun, and thank you to Mrs. Wilhorn for organizing that. And finally, we had our second annual Cereal Box Challenge during February, and that was a huge success as well. In 2025, 504 boxes of cereal were collected. This year, that number was exceeded. We had 551 boxes. So over 1,000 boxes in 2 years. Our local food pantry was very thankful. I want to say congratulations to Mrs. Henney's kindergarten classroom. Mrs. Henney's classroom has 17 students, 17 families, collected 116 boxes of cereal.
Oh,
So they were the 116. They were the winning classroom. So congratulations. Some of you might have seen on social media, a video was created by People. They brought in an outside professional videographer. She filmed us. She made a professional video. And that video is going to be submitted to the Do Good Wisconsin organization. Last year, our video got 4th place in the state amongst all divisions. We're hoping for a better finish this year. So we'll find that out probably later in April. So kudos to People again for organizing that. They did so much of the legwork. They came in here, they set up all the boxes in a big, spiraling domino line. They got all the kids organized for it. People does so much for our school, so we're very thankful for that. Thank you.
okay. Next on the agenda is the district administrator report.
Okay.
Do we have
Sure, yes, we do.
do we have
It's not
something
listed,
for
but
Mr. Stelton?
we'll just add that on there.
We don't, and Lisa, that's accurate, because remember you asked me if I wanted to, and that was,
We defer to that.
I thought that was gonna take a while, so
Okay,
that was kind of why I said that
I
would be our.
didn't want you to feel
No,
wronged or,
yeah, you didn't get
ignored.
that. Yeah, that was, yeah, we talked about that.
Oh, okay, all right.
I've got a couple of high school items in my district administrator's report. If there's anything you want to add, just jump in. Sure. Shane.
Back to Mr. Pena.
Okay. At the district level, the testing window for the forward exam is March 16th through April 24th. Springtime in our schools is testing season, standardized testing season. So we have the forward exam taking place at 3 different grade levels. We had the ACT happen today. Is there, I guess, anything you want to share? It went off pretty smoothly.
Yeah, everybody was there. The proctors of it said, obviously they can't talk a ton about it,
Right.
but they said one of the hardest working groups they've had in years.
Excellent.
Really put a lot of effort into it today in the small gym, and they were done about noon.
Terrific. Okay, good news about our ACT. Our district assessment counselor is Mrs. Ayers, and our building assessment leaders, are Mrs. Ayers at the high school and Mrs. Lazitza here at the elementary school. On February 24th, turning over to some contractor work, CISA 10 and our district leadership, we led a walkthrough of both schools for contractors who were interested in bidding on the controls portion of the upcoming HVAC work. I believe we had 8 different companies here. We received about half as many bids. We received about 4 bids. Bids were due on March 5th. We have identified a winning bid, of course, because they were due on March 5th. We have an interview with the winning contractor next Wednesday. So 1 week from tonight, you're going to be doing an in-depth interview with them. The district will be. Again, that's for the controls for the HVAC work that's happening primarily at this building this summer and then at the high school in the summer of '27. Couple of projects happening, one major project happening over spring break here related to the referendum. Tweet Garrett Mechanical will be on site next Wednesday during the day. They will have a crane. If you drive past high school, you see a big crane out on the, not the parking lot, but the playground area of the middle school actually. They're gonna be taking a large exhaust fan unit off of the north wing of the building above the middle school classrooms and replacing that exhaust fan unit. So that work is taking place next Wednesday. Yesterday, Mrs. Miller and I met with USI Insurance and we started going over some initial information related to next year's health insurance rates. And they are collecting our data currently, and we should be coming back to the board with a proposed rate at either the April or May meeting, most likely the May meeting. And finally, this goes without saying, but spring break is scheduled for next week, March 16th through the 20th. Students and staff are looking forward to that time to rest and recharge.
I'm expecting vigorous nodding in the audience.
Yes.
Vigorous nodding. This is all really good.
Thank you.
2 comments. First of all, since you brought up where we're at with the referendum,
Mhm.
in digging through my files, I landed on that from 3 years ago, the document that was originally prepared as we were going into the referendum.
Mhm.
I thought it might be interesting, especially given the fact that we will have 1 and potentially 2 new board members a month from now. Be interesting to take a look at this and note where each of the things in each of the buildings are at, what was excluded, what is done, what is going to be done, and present that to the new board people as a sort of a summation of, okay, this is what happened before you got here. There's that. The other thing that I was anticipating you mentioning is the health insurance process.
Mhm.
And I don't know if it's ever been suggested or if it's even possible, but I'm assuming the size of our cohort, the number of employees we have makes a difference in terms of what we're looking at. Has there ever been any discussions with the village of including village employees and school district employees in the same insurance plan?
Not directly, no, but we are talking, one of the ideas discussed yesterday was a municipal group, not necessarily just with the village, but with
Okay.
other municipal groups,
Well,
other
yeah.
fire, other police,
Right?
and in a larger group, and if you have a larger group, you would like to
Right.
get a better rate.
Well, absolutely.
So
So-
that was one of the ideas discussed yesterday at our meeting.
Okay, good. I would
Yeah.
welcome hearing what other municipalities or school districts or government agencies in the area would think of co-opting with us or with others to make for a bigger pool.
Yeah,
Spread
we definitely, there's
spread the
a-
benefit and spread the pain.
obviously a lot that goes into that. We need to look at their usership rate, and
Right,
if theirs is
exactly.
worse than us, we certainly wouldn't want to partner with them, and
Nope.
Yeah.
Nope, I'm in no way suggesting it's a pig in a poke, I'm just suggesting that the concept might wanna be looked at.
yeah, and we are.
Good.
Yeah, absolutely.
Excellent.
Yeah.
Any other questions for Mr. Bino? Moving on to the Port Edward School District Business Partner of the Month recognition.
Thank you, Mr. Thomas Card. This evening, the Port Edward School District would like to recognize the Bennett Cranberry Company as our March Business Supporter. Welcome, Asa and Stephanie. The Bennett Cranberry Company is a family-owned business in operation since 1873. Their company specializes in cranberry production and transportation of their product. This past August, Asa and Stephanie Bennett and members of their staff spent 2 days reclaiming the elementary school forest located just to the west of our playground, right over here. They harvested trees that had fallen down over the trail. They groomed the trails again. They repaired signs. They repaired benches, and they repaired our footbridge. After several years of non-use, our school forest is once again an accessible and valuable part of our educational campus, thanks to the Bennetts. The Port Edward School District, yes, absolutely. They picked they didn't pick by choice, but 2 of the hottest days of the summer. I think it's 19th and 20th or 20th and 21st, and they were out there in the woods, very hot. But thank you so much for doing that.
And
Tonight-
the critters were feasting.
I bet.
Yeah.
Tonight, we would like to say thank you to you and your company for donating your time, your effort, and your machinery to help us reclaim our school forest. And we are proud to recognize you with a plaque signifying your business as a valued sponsor of the Port Edward School District. Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you. Thank you, Asa. Thank you very much. Thank you. There was a lot of work, the brush that was hauled out of there and the down trees, and kind of hadn't been touched since before COVID. So it's looking much better, much appreciated.
Is there anybody who would like to address the board today? Hearing none, yes. Yes.
So I'm addressing the line item for gifts to the board or to the district. With that being said, back in January, one of our machines, our metalworking lathe, ended up going down in the district. I had a partner from Midstate come in, one of the instructors, and take a look at it. Between him and myself, we put in approximately 8 hours to look at this machine to see if we could fix it. The machine is still usable for about 3 minutes at a time. However, that being said, his professional opinion was that the machine, it needs some serious work. And by the time we put in that kind of money to updating that machine, we could possibly be on our way to a new machine. The machine was actually post-World War II era machinery or World War II machinery. So we've had a good 80 years out of it. That being said, we talked, myself and administration talked, and we are in the process of buying a new metal working lathe. With the line item, the Port Edwards Education Foundation was very generous, and they ended up donating some money towards this new machine. A fair amount of money they donated towards the new machine. So I just wanted to say thank you to the Port Edwards Education Foundation for the continued support of our school district, and more specifically my tech ed department. So thank you.
Well, thank you for all that you and all of your kids do for all of us, from making plaques for our honorees to teaching the kids skills that are literally life skills that they will be able to carry into an employable workforce. Good job.
Thank you.
Steve, you wrote a very nice letter thanking PEEF this morning, and I presented it to them, and they appreciated that.
Thank you.
Yes,
Thank you for doing that.
absolutely.
When you have a subject area like technology education or music, where you have hardware, you have technology, you have instruments, you have machinery, you have you know, classes have books, science labs have product. But in the middle of a school year, when something goes four legs in the air on you and you don't have a backstop for it, it really crimps your program.
Yes.
It's, you know,
It was necessary.
yeah, I mean,
Yeah.
sometimes you just have to suck it up and do it. You just have to spend the money and buy it. And if we get another 60 years out of this one, nobody in this room will have to worry about whether it dies or not.
Yep, exactly. And I hope we do, you know, 80 years was a great life for the machine. We are going to look at selling the machine to somebody that's willing to fix it up. It is still a great machine. Looking at the wear in the machine, for it being 80 years old, there's actually very little wear. So, I mean, it's in good condition for being a good old gal, you know, type thing.
I know people that would fit that description.
Yeah. So,
Present company excluded.
but, yeah.
Thank you.
Thank you. Anybody else? Okay, moving on to the consent agenda. Consider approval of minutes of the February 11th meeting.
So moved. Second.
Motion second, any discussion? Questions on the minutes? Hearing none, all those in favor say aye.
Aye.
Opposed, motion carried. Financials, Lisa, are there gifts?
Yes, there are gifts. As Steve mentioned, PEEF donated for a donation towards the purchase of the lathe. They also donated towards for Daniel Peters' HOSA group to go to the HOSA conference. And we also received a donation from April Hofferman just for the Families Helping Families Fund. And then Laura and Nick Peller live in Port Edwards, called our special ed director, Jody Waltenberg, and donated $1,000 to be used however it's needed by the teachers, classroom supplies, wherever, or anything that they felt there was something needed that
In special ed.
just
Special ed,
just
yeah.
Special ed department.
Special
Wow.
ed, so, so those were what we have, so. And
I-
then also please, take note of the budget revision, and that budget revision was
Right.
for, the PEEF grants that were awarded this year.
All right,
Our teachers are very appreciative, of course, of that $1,000. I've been seeing POs come in
Yep.
already for useful things for their classroom, for their students that are gonna really benefit the kids.
Sure.
Very nice donation.
we have an increasingly large
Yep.
cohort of children requiring special services of
Correct.
one sort or another.
Correct.
And just staying ahead of that is a task all by itself, and this provides an opportunity for some little something extra.
Yeah.
Which is great.
Yeah.
Okay, a motion to approve the financials. We'll need a roll call.
So,
Motion,
So moved.
Oh, second.
a second, motion and a second. Any discussion? Hearing none, roll call please.
Leo,
Aye,
Jerry, aye. Crystal.
Aye.
John.
Hi.
motion's carried. Unfinished business, the policy update 35.1, second reading per the attachment in our packet.
The first reading was approved in February. A motion is requested to approve the second reading.
So moved.
Any sorry, a motion,
Second.
second, motion and a second. Is there any discussion about any of the policy revisions noted in our packet? There were a number of them that appeared to be optional but recommended.
Yes.
I mean, I was gonna make some comment about the board members. What was, it was more of a facetious
Oh,
notion of the conduct of the board members.
Yeah.
I guess.
yeah,
Or
there
no
was
conduct policy.
board member behavior, communications and code of conduct, bylaw 0144.5 revised. So I'm trusting this would be, dealing with unruly, uncouth, or various other malfeasance on the part of the board members who stray out of bounds and need to be dealt with. So,
I don't think I could have said it any clearer.
there we are.
Ethics violations
All
primarily.
right,
That one just caught my eye, that's all.
Yes, ethics primarily, I think, but yes, all recommended by a team of lawyers.
we're such a rowdy and disreputable group that it just, you know, they had to have a special policy to make sure that we weren't, you know,
Out of line.
wandering off into the bushes somewhere. If there's no further comment or discussion about the policy revisions, do we have a motion?
So move. Oh.
We have a
We
motion
have a
and a
motion
second.
and a second.
We have a motion.
Yeah,
We have a motion.
Yeah.
Right, I'm sorry.
we have a motion and a second, right?
There's a motion and a second. My apologies. All those in favor say aye. Aye. Opposed? Motion's carried. Consider approval of co-curricular contracts, Derek Coates, assistant high school track coach.
I would move to approve.
Second.
We have sufficient interest to, that's a fait accompli. We need the coach because of the interest.
Yes,
Okay, we're all good. Motion and a second. Any discussion? Hearing none. All those in favor, say aye.
aye.
Opposed? Motion's carried. Approval of a 26-27 teacher contract, Keeler Lip. 1.0 FTE middle school English language arts.
This is, Ms. Lip is being recommended for the position, from which Mrs. Tuttle resigned in February. This position was posted very promptly by our high school sports staff. We had a pair of applicants. Ms. Lip is the recommended person. She was interviewed very thoroughly. We know her. She is a graduate. And she came highly recommended from UW La Crosse with a lot of very strong credentials. So she is our recommendation to fill Mrs. Tuttle's position for next school year.
That's awesome.
Yeah, I was just gonna note, both of these approvals are alumni.
Both
Yes.
alumni,
Edwards, so
both are,
Good to see.
yes.
This is the fulfillment of the formalized program that some districts has, where you literally grow your own staff.
Yeah.
We don't do that formally, but it seems to happen periodically. So,
Frequently,
There's a number
It
of,
does, we sure are.
more and more.
yeah. A motion for the approval of Ms. Lip's contract.
so move.
Second?
Second.
Second. Any discussion? All those in favor, say aye.
Aye.
Nay? Motion's approved. Consider approval of Start College Now apps.
This one I cannot vote on.
Yeah, that's correct. You have to abstain at least from that part of this because you have a child who's involved in this. So, there were a considerable number of them. We have a large cohort of people who take advantage of this process, which is a good deal for everybody. Are there any questions about any of the paperwork, any of the applications?
I mean, we still have a number of those additional classes that we brought some of these back in-house.
Like the dual credit,
Yeah,
yep,
right,
the dual credit classes we do have, yep.
so,
And like Jen shared with me, Mrs. Ayers, that, you know, obviously, this is how it is every time. Every single one of those are not going to be,
right,
but they have to put those selections down there just in
Right.
case, you know,
but it's a good
yes,
list.
and it's amazing, yeah.
It's always a
great.
nice long list.
But the dual credit's been
Mhm.
awfully good for us too.
Some of them will change their mind.
Yeah,
Yes.
well, I just remember that was
The dual
something,
credit,
I
yeah.
don't know, like 4+
Yeah.
years ago.
No, about that maybe, 3 or 4, not too
And,
long,
you
but.
know, at that time, it was.
Less than
it
5.
was- It's been a while, and I was just, maybe bring it back to everybody's mind that
Mhm,
it's
'cause
something
we
that
have that.
we did, and it's been, I think, very successful.
Mhm.
So-
Are there any of these classes, these are mostly gen eds that Midstate offers. Are there any of these classes that we could find a staff member who could get a dual cert for that would reduce the number of people having to do this?
Well, that's what
That's
we've
what-
that's what I'm
done.
referring
That's what they
we've
do.
done.
They
Yeah,
get,
beyond what we, well, I'm sorry,
Yeah.
I misunderstood what you were saying.
Yeah, so Carla Leonard,
we have several staff that have
Carla,
that
Tim
already.
Miller, Steve,
Right.
No,
Marissa.
Tammy,
Danielle.
so.
They are dual certified.
Right.
Yeah, and so that's why I brought it
I
up,
was
is
gonna
just
say,
to
we may wanna.
bring it to
We
light
gotta look
that
at
we
the areas
have
that
done
we're
a pretty
getting a
good
lot of
job.
applications for that we don't have a staff member certified in, that we might be able to. I mean, I have no idea what their academic preparation or their
We named
licensure
about
is.
6 teachers that.
Yeah, we really have one at
5 years
each
ago, we had 0,
Each
category, you know,
or maybe 6 years ago, whatever.
with 6 of them in our smaller staff at the high school for those credits, what we have right now is working for us.
Right.
And we have a lot of students in those.
I mean, a lot of the applicants seem to be taking ethics and psych classes. At least scanning through the applications, that seemed to be where a majority of or at least a large number of the applicants were at, and I didn't know if we had.
Like
And it-
psych is one that, we do offer psych, so it has to be a different type of psych.
Has to
like
be a different class beyond. what-
Elemental psych or something is one they take, I think,
Okay,
I'm just,
And sometimes
it's
it
different than what,
fits in their schedule
yes,
better.
and it's different than what, Tim teaches. Because obviously, that was always you can't take something if it is taught here.
Right.
So,
okay. Consider approval of, Start College Now apps.
So move.
Motion, I'll second it,
Second,
and.
or did you second it? I'm sorry.
Whatever. And Crystal will abstain as per the issue with having a child involved in this. So all those in favor say aye.
Aye.
Opposed? And one abstention. Consider approval of the 26-27 CISA 5 contract.
I have some notes about the contract here in our memo. As a small district, of course, we rely heavily on CISA for a number of our services, nursing, occupational therapy, speech therapy, IT, things that we would have a difficult time hiring a full-time person for. So we do rely heavily on CISA. There's really no significant change in our contract. The price has gone up, of course, and that's because of cost of living
Yeah.
for each of those employees.
That was the only thing, I couldn't remember what it was, previous, but it's not a significant
The
2%.
increase is cost of living, basically. Yeah, so, yeah, we would have a hard time remaining in legal compliance and keeping our head above water without the CISA contract. So a motion to approve it as presented is requested.
So move.
Second.
Motion and a second. Any discussion? In spite of the significant cost involved here, these are all superbly qualified individuals who serve the district very well. And there's no way that we could replicate these services at that expense,
Correct.
not even close.
And many of them are legally mandated.
Right,
The other ones that aren't legally mandated are they're plain necessary
right,
for our functioning.
exactly.
Yeah.
There's been a motion and a second for the CISA contract. All those in favor say aye.
Aye.
Opposed? Motion carried. Individual board member comment. John?
Just job well done for the student council. It reflects so well on the entire district, all the students, all the teachers, all the staff, everyone. And it's wonderful to see recognition like that statewide. That's all.
I agree, this is amazing. That's pretty much all I have to. It's like a little yearbook. It's cute.
Before I comment, so is this,
no,
I will be here for,
you're
okay.
here for April.
So, okay, so I
Doesn't
even
end till
though-
the end of,
No,
or
major
well, the end of
league
April next
organization.
month.
That's what I
Yeah, the
thought,
mayor's
but I
Yes.
didn't wanna
Just a-
leave without,
It's.
commenting.
You have time to
absolutely.
prepare your
You can
speech for
prepare
next
it
month.
Speech will be very long, very windy, of course. like
Very
I
thorough.
always am, very thorough.
And are you
Maybe
bringing,
a little pithy in there.
are you bringing cake or are we bringing the cake?
I will bring cake.
Okay.
I've only threatened it for 9 years, so, or 9 and whatever, I have
9
years, so I probably should bring cake one time when I say I'm gonna bring it for a long time. So I really better bring cake. Double chocolate stick or something, something really good, right? So, Wonderful, this is, man, everybody kept this a secret, it's like nobody even knew about it, it's like, I thought we were getting a forensics kit or something, you know?
That's what I thought too.
Yeah, and so, cause I'm like, okay, so nobody's talking, they're getting their props together, and then that prop was a surprise, so it was pretty amazing, and like everybody said, you can't put this together without all the successes of the school and the staff and the community, of how the school has been, you know, supported, and you know, and the students that, you know, take part in so many different things, and the teachers that go out and find these additional groups. I mean, there's so many of that faculty that, you know, created, I mean, how many new groups have we had in the 9+ years that I've been on the board? I mean, I'm gonna.
Half
you know,
dozen?
Yeah, I think there might be more. But a lot of these weren't around 9 or 10 years ago.
Yeah.
I mean, so that's just, it's just really great, and hopefully it all continues. I don't see any reason why it won't, so. And I'd like to comment on the weather, but because it's not gonna be as good as I was hoping for, we'll comment on the weather next month when it's gonna be beautiful. That's all I got. I'm really windy tonight, sorry.
All right. Was this presentation, Jane, was this the presentation that Edie Fletcher was talking about last month? That they were putting together?
Yes.
Was that
Yeah.
something else? that they
Yeah, it
were working
was, and so Callie really wanted to keep it hush hush because she wanted to come and have the student representatives, Callie and Tammy wanted to come and have the representatives present it to you. I think she even came to the board member. I got the email because I was CC'd in it. So when she got it at 7:20, we texted and it was like right back and forth at the same time. And I said, "Did you see your email?" And she sent back and said, "I did." And just the smile on her face and Tammy's face when they found out, because like I said, they went from such a high, like, this is amazing. And then they didn't hear back that Friday, and they were one way or another, they were supposed to hear back. And then all of a sudden, nothing Saturday, nothing Sunday, nothing
Yeah, all the way
Monday.
to Tuesday.
And then all of a sudden Tuesday night at 7:20, they got this, and yeah, it was just super cool. I think Callie even came in to talk to our admin team, and she didn't tell you the whole story. Yeah, and she's like, don't tell them that we won the state. Just tell them we won the region.
Yeah, exactly.
She didn't wanna let that out until she was able to, so. But we told our staff, I did wanna share, we told our staff today, and the pride, we had 3 or 4 ladies crying, tearing up, because that's just what this is about, like.
What a body of work.
Yeah.
Wow.
Couldn't be prouder of those ladies.
Absolutely not.
And, you know, when someone asks you what it's like to work here or go to school here, that's what you tell them. Like, look at all those things that we do with a staff that's 1/8 of the size of most districts. And staff just keep taking on extra stuff, like Carrie was saying, and
I mean, creating new groups.
and
all the
just
time.
doing awesome things, so, yeah, it was a big thing was Callie wanted to tell the staff before, she was hoping nobody watched the Bucks game last night. And, yeah, so, but we have some pictures and that'll be on Facebook. We have a bunch of pictures of the trophy, and it's like the state championship trophy that they get, but bigger. So there's a picture of Callie and Tammy hugging it, and it's huge.
They're just trying to keep it from falling.
Yeah, so pretty cool, pretty cool.
I saw an online thing this week about an elementary teacher who was starting her class, and as an icebreaker to get all of the kids acclimated, said, I want each of you to write down something that you like. Maybe it's a sports team, maybe it's a food, maybe it's a subject, maybe it's a person, maybe it's, what do you like? And then I want everybody to look around the room and find a group, find a person who shares something that you like, and then go by them. And so they're all running around the room, and they're all yakking and talking and moving from this group to this group. Well, these 3 could go over here with that one, and we can, then we go over those 2 and whatever. And at the end of the hour, everybody had a home. There was nobody standing by themselves. Everybody had somebody somewhere with something. That's kind of what we do here. Because we're not real big and our student teacher ratios are small, we can do stuff like this on a consistent basis that makes a real difference for kids. Over and over and over again. And this is truly spectacular. But it's happened before and it will continue to happen because of the kids we have and the staff we have. And that's a tribute to all of you guys and everything that you do. Absolutely wonderful. I have two things tonight. First of all, I've been going out campaigning. I have printed up flyers and I'm going door to door in the district, dropping things off at people's doorsteps. Mostly they don't engage. Most of them don't come to the door. If they do, everything's been fine. I haven't been yelled at yet. But I'm getting comments like, oh, is there an election? Not only do they not know who's running for school board, they don't know there's even an election on April 7th for anything. And it points out a continuing concern that I've had that you and I have talked about before, and Kathy and I have talked about before. Social media doesn't cut it. It seems like people on social media are either really engaged or they're not engaged at all. I don't have any social media accounts. I don't want any. In my experience, my very limited experience with social media, it goes south so fast it isn't even worth mentioning. So I will go pound on doors and talk to people. And I firmly believe that we would be well served at least 2 or 3 times a year to return to a old school snail mail, printed off, drop in the mail newsletter that goes to everybody in the district, regardless of the bother and the expense it would take to put it out. Doesn't have to be every month. And some people will just throw it out, but if we print it on orange paper and make it as bright and as colorful as possible, and it lands in their mailbox, there's a bazillion people in town. About 3/4 of the people in the school district don't have kids in the district. They either are new and they don't have kids. Their kids are school choice somewhere else. Their kids are grown and gone, or any combination thereof. They're stakeholders in the district, they're taxpayers, they deserve to have a say in and know what's going on in our schools. I pointed out to the few people I did talk to that if you looked at your tax bill this year, the Port schools were the only part of your tax bill that actually went down. So if you're squawking about your taxes, okay, I get it, nobody likes to pay taxes, but the school district, in spite of the referendum, did as good a job as we could of at least holding the line to a minimum degree. So if you're concerned about your tax bill going up, yell at the village, yell at the PTA district, yell at the county, but please don't yell at us because we're doing our absolute very best. I'd like to suggest that at some future board meeting, we agenda an item to discuss school district communications, including the email I sent you earlier today about the podcast. Which I don't know if you looked at or not, but it's.
I did. I was actually on a podcast today, which
Okay.
gets communicated out.
Okay.
Yeah.
No, I mean, I'm not necessarily up to speed on that, so I guess I'd like to have a conversation at the board about how we go about communicating into the community.
Yeah.
The other thing I want to share is I've been in touch with Joe Clark, former board member here. Former board president, former board vice president, served on the board for many years. My former neighbor twice. Our kids went to school here together back in the day. Joe now lives in Baraboo. He's been battling cancer for years, and he's just about at the end of his string. His daughter Katie was home from Texas last week. My son Eric gave her a ride back to the airport in Madison from Baraboo. Joe has had multitudinous cancers in various fashions for years. He's outlived all expectations. He still looks and feels pretty good, but his doctors have basically told him that when the extent of this therapy comes to an end, there isn't anything else they can do for him. So I think we need to recognize Joe and recognize his long-term contributions to this district. He's a retired art educator from Wisconsin Rapids. Worked with kids his whole life, his whole career. As he faces this continual struggle, I guess I'd like to ask that we keep our thoughts and prayers for Joe tonight. So. Anybody have anything else?
Just to know, Joe's spot is the one that I came into.
Joe's been gone for 9 years. Class person in every conceivable sense. An extraordinary talented artist, a potter, mostly. A great neighbor, great friend, good parent, and a person who decided under very difficult circumstances in another time and place on this board to step up and serve when it was tough. John remembers that. It was, one of the things that I've been so proud of on this board is that we have always had almost unanimous consent. We've almost had consensus. We don't always agree on every single issue, but if we have a concern or a question, we talk about it and dicker about it until we come up with something that we can all believe in and we all vote for it. In the 18 years I've been on this board, I can remember 2 occasions when we've not had unanimous votes for things. If you look at the minutes of other school boards and you talk to board members at the conventions or at the regional meetings, that's not true. Some boards are extraordinarily contentious. There's 2-3 votes. There's 3-4 votes. There's split votes and anger all the time.
Oh,
And I don't think that serves the children
no,
in the district
but
at all.
I would give, our administration, a lot of credit for that,
Yes, absolutely.
Maybe filtering out some of those things that maybe could become a little bit more controversial. And I think we do have a good discussion as a group, most of them are when we have to have closed meeting discussion, but even in open, nobody's typically been afraid to speak up and question, one thing or another, and.
We have to act on this stuff in open session.
Yeah, absolutely, no, but I'm just saying is that, there's been one thing that, hey, it's good for a board, to disagree about things, because that's how you get solutions.
Yeah.
Is you have to have some disagreement, so that, if everybody just says, oh yeah, everything's great, and we just keep on going, then you're not getting that, opposite opinion to at least have a discussion about and find out, well, maybe this way isn't 100% right, maybe there's a balance, and so that's always, and I think this board's been pretty good about bringing that, out loud and talking about it, so.
On my social media, I follow a thread that goes to local governmental meetings,
Oh,
and they have some school district meetings in there. Actually, they have the cops show up and escorting a board member out and arguing back and forth, and it's really,
I've seen a lot of doozies.
it's really,
Yeah.
But they're also, their administration is bringing to the board some pretty, outlandish
Right.
things sometimes that, like I said, that's why I say is,
it goes through it, right.
and I guess that's what our community was demanding, maybe we would bring, or maybe our administration would bring some things that I might call outlandish. Others might not, but, I think that goes back to the community and the whole, the whole gamut, obviously. Yeah, the one dissenting time, we did have the whole community in the gym, and there was a lot of contention, but, there was a lot of unknowns, and I get that.
You scare people.
Scare
They-
tactics.
They do.
Right.
Sometimes things go sideways.
And you guys thought this was gonna be a short meeting.
It was a mess.
Sorry, that's the most I've ever talked in a meeting. Shut up now.
I agree, Carrie, we've also been fortunate in that we not only have had good board members, but we've had good administrators.
Well, that's what I mean,
At least since
Since
Joe
20
and
years
John,
ago,
righted the ship back 20 odd
20
years
years.
ago.
Right, prior to my.
It takes a
being on
team.
here, there was a
It
little
certainly
bit
takes a team.
All right,
So,
if there is nothing further, we've already settled on Wednesday, the 8th of April is our next meeting. Do we want to do a May meeting, or do we want to sit on this until we see what the election brings?
May 13th.
May 13th would be what would
What's your
be.
pleasure? You want May 3rd, is it May 13th?
Yes.
May 13th for the regular board meeting in May? Okay, call for adjournment.
So moved.
Second, we're adjourned as of 6:31-ish, or whatever.
Yeah, I said, hey, we're gonna be up at 6:30.
I said 6:30 also. Oh, comments.
Did you get this?
Got it today, yes,
Okay, so you don't need another copy.
I do not.
Sure you don't wanna stay? He's
Right.
doing 20 years.
It's, Leo.
Well,
collect
yeah, some of
dust.
it is that I'm
going
probably
to collect
gonna
dust
move in
already.
the next
That
year
will
or
be
two out of this